My beloved child, listen. If you are seeing this message right now, pause for a moment and listen carefully, because sometimes life sends reminders exactly when we need them the most. Messages symbolically associated with Archangel Michael are often described as calls for awareness, moments that encourage people to pay attention to what is happening in their life instead of ignoring the signs around them. Many people move through their days distracted by routines, worries, and responsibilities, and because of that they sometimes miss the quiet moments when something meaningful is trying to reach their attention. Right now you may already feel that something in your life is shifting. It may not be obvious at first, but deep inside there could be a feeling that things are beginning to change. Perhaps situations around you are evolving, relationships are moving in new directions, or opportunities are starting to appear where there once seemed to be none. These moments can feel confusing because change often arrives before we fully understand why it is happening. The guidance connected with Archangel Michael is often described as protection and clarity during times like these. Instead of reacting with fear or doubt, the message encourages you to slow down and observe what life is showing you. Sometimes the most important changes begin quietly, through small decisions, new ideas, or conversations that lead you toward a different path. Think about the last few weeks of your life. Have you noticed situations repeating themselves? Have certain thoughts kept returning to your mind, or have you felt drawn toward making a change that you have been postponing for a long time? Many people experience these moments when they are approaching an important turning point in their journey. Another reason messages like this appear is to remind you of your own strength. Every challenge you have faced in the past has shaped the person you are today. The symbolism connected with Archangel Michael is often described as protection and courage. Courage in this sense means believing that your life can continue improving even when the journey is not easy. It means trusting that every lesson you learn today can prepare you for opportunities tomorrow. You might begin noticing that as your awareness grows, your priorities become clearer. Certain goals may start feeling more important than they once did, while other distractions begin losing their influence over you. This clarity can help you focus your energy on the things that truly matter for your future. At this point in the message, the most valuable thing you can do is reflect on your own journey. Think about where you started, what you have learned, and how much stronger you have become through your experiences. Every challenge you overcame helped build the resilience you carry today. Your story is still continuing, and the choices you make from this moment forward can influence everything that comes next. Even the smallest step toward improvement can begin shaping a new chapter in your life. And sometimes the most important realization of all is understanding that the future is not fixed, it is something you help create through your awareness, your courage, and the decisions you make each day. Even the difficult moments taught you lessons about patience, resilience, and courage. Because of those experiences, you are now more prepared than you might realize to handle whatever comes next. The symbolism connected with Archangel Michael often represents courage and protection, encouraging people to trust their inner guidance. When you begin listening to your intuition instead of ignoring it, you may notice that decisions become clearer and opportunities begin to reveal themselves more naturally. This message is not meant to frighten you or pressure you. Instead, it serves as a reminder that awareness can change the direction of your life. When you begin paying attention to your thoughts, your actions, and the patterns around you, you gain the ability to make choices that align with the future you truly want. So take a moment today to reflect on where you are and where you want to go. Think about the goals you once dreamed about and the possibilities that still exist ahead of you. Sometimes the biggest transformations begin with a simple realization that your life has the potential to grow in ways you may not have imagined yet, and the moment you choose to stay aware and open to those possibilities may be the moment everything begins to change. If you are still here listening, then this message continues for a reason. Guidance symbolically associated with Archangel Michael often reminds people that important moments in life rarely arrive with loud warnings or obvious signs. Most of the time they appear quietly, through thoughts that keep returning to your mind, through situations that repeat themselves, or through feelings that something in your life needs attention. Right now, there may already be a situation in your life that you have been thinking about more than usual. Perhaps it is a decision you have been delaying, a goal you once cared about deeply but slowly placed aside, or a change you feel drawn toward but have not yet taken the first step. Many people experience this moment when life is gently pushing them toward growth. Sometimes growth feels uncomfortable because it requires leaving behind what is familiar. Even when someone knows they are capable of something greater, fear can make them hesitate. They wonder if the timing is right, if they are prepared enough, or if others will understand their choices. Because of those doubts, opportunities can remain unnoticed for a long time. Messages connected with Archangel Michael often focus on courage during these moments. Courage does not mean having no fear at all. It means choosing to move forward even when the outcome is uncertain. Every meaningful step in life begins this way, with a decision to trust your own potential. Think about the experiences that have shaped you up to this point. Every challenge you overcame, every lesson you learned, and every obstacle you faced has been preparing you in ways you might not have realized at the time. Even the moments that once felt like failures may have given you knowledge that now helps you see situations more clearly. Another important part of this message is awareness of the opportunities around you. Sometimes when people focus too much on their doubts, they overlook the chances that appear right in front of them. A new idea, a conversation with someone inspiring, or a small opportunity to improve your situation could become the beginning of something much bigger. The symbolism connected with Archangel Michael is often described as protection and clarity. Clarity means recognizing the direction that truly aligns with who you are becoming. When you begin trusting that direction, Even small steps can lead. Take a moment to ask yourself an honest question. If nothing were holding you back, what change would you begin today? What goal would you pursue, or what decision would you finally make? Often the answer to that question reveals more about your true desires than you may realize. Life rarely changes all at once, but it can begin transforming the moment you decide to move forward with awareness and intention. And sometimes the first step toward that transformation is simply believing that your future can be different from your past. If you are still listening carefully to this message, then there is another important understanding that should not be ignored. The guidance symbolically connected with Archangel Michael often appears when someone is very close to recognizing something important about their life. Many people spend years searching for answers outside themselves, but the truth is that some of the most powerful realizations come from within. There may have been moments recently when you felt a quiet sense that something in your life is shifting. Perhaps your thoughts about the future have started changing, or maybe situations around you are encouraging you to see things from a different perspective. These experiences can feel confusing at first because growth rarely feels comfortable in the beginning. When a person begins evolving mentally and emotionally, the old patterns of their life may no longer feel right. Habits that once seemed normal might start feeling limiting. Conversations that once felt meaningful might begin to feel empty. This does not mean something is wrong with you. It often means you are becoming more aware of what truly aligns with your purpose. Messages connected with Archangel Michael often emphasize clarity and courage during these stages. Clarity means being honest with yourself about the direction your life is moving. Courage means being willing to adjust that direction if you realize something needs to change. Many people hesitate at this point because they fear uncertainty. The future can feel intimidating when it is not completely predictable. But every meaningful journey begins with uncertainty. The people who eventually create positive change in their lives are usually the ones who decide to move forward even when they cannot see the entire path ahead. Another important truth to remember is that transformation does not happen overnight. Real growth is a gradual process. It begins with awareness, then continues with small decisions made consistently over time. Those small decisions slowly build momentum until one day you realize that your life is moving in a completely new direction. The symbolism associated with Archangel Michael is often described as protection and strength during moments of transition. Strength in this sense means trusting your ability to learn, adapt, and grow even when circumstances feel uncertain. You may begin noticing that as your mindset changes, the way you approach opportunities also changes. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, you may start recognizing them as chances to develop new skills or perspectives. Instead of doubting your potential, you may begin exploring what you are truly capable of achieving. This shift in thinking is powerful because it transforms how you experience life. When you start believing that growth is possible, you naturally begin making choices that support that belief. So take a moment to reflect on your journey so far. Every experience, whether good or difficult, has played a role in shaping the person you are becoming today. The lessons you have learned along the way are not random. They are part of the process that prepares you for the next stage of your life. And sometimes the most important step in that process is simply recognizing that your story is still unfolding, and the choices you make today can influence everything that comes next. You are still listening to this message, then there is another important realization waiting for you. Guidance symbolically connected with Archangel Michael often appears during moments when a person is very close to a shift in their life. These shifts do not always arrive through dramatic events. Sometimes they begin quietly through awareness, reflection, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Many people spend a large part of their lives following routines that feel safe and familiar. They wake up, complete the same tasks, and move through their days without questioning whether those routines are leading them toward the future they truly want. Over time, this pattern can create a sense of comfort, but it can also keep someone from recognizing new possibilities. There may be a reason this message reached you today. Perhaps something in your life has been asking for your attention recently. Maybe you have felt the need to change a habit, explore a new opportunity, or rethink a decision that has been weighing on your mind. These moments often appear when a person is beginning to grow beyond the limits they once accepted. Messages associated with Archangel Michael often emphasize courage during times like this. Courage does not always mean making a huge decision overnight. Sometimes courage simply means allowing yourself to acknowledge what you truly feel and what you truly want. When someone becomes honest with themselves about their goals and their direction, a powerful transformation can begin. At first it might seem like a small shift, maybe a new idea, a new perspective, or a new motivation to improve something in your life. But over time those small changes can influence many other areas of your journey. Another important truth is that every person carries potential they have not fully explored yet. Many people underestimate their abilities because they focus more on their doubts than on their strengths. But the experiences you have lived through have already given you knowledge, resilience, and perspective that can guide you forward. The symbolism connected with Archangel Michael is often described as protection and strength. Strength in this case means trusting that you are capable of learning from challenges and continuing to grow. Even when circumstances seem uncertain, every step you take toward improvement adds momentum to your journey. You may begin noticing that as your awareness grows, your priorities also begin to shift. Things that once seemed extremely important might start feeling less significant, while other goals or relationships begin to stand out more clearly. This change in perspective is often a sign that you are becoming more aligned with the direction your life is meant to take. Moments like this are valuable because and reflect on what truly matters. Instead of moving automatically through routines, you gain the chance to choose your direction with greater intention and clarity. So take a moment today to think about the future you want to build. Think about the person you want to become and the impact you want your life to have. Even small steps toward that vision can gradually transform your path. And sometimes the moment you begin believing that change is possible is the moment your life quietly starts moving in a completely new direction. If you have stayed with this message until now, then there is one more important understanding to reflect on. Guidance symbolically associated with Archangel Michael is often described as appearing during moments when a person is ready to become more aware of their own path. Awareness is powerful because once you begin seeing your life clearly, it becomes easier to recognize what is helping you grow and what might be holding you back. Many people go through life reacting to situations instead of consciously choosing how they want to move forward. They allow circumstances, other people's expectations, or past experiences to determine their direction. Over time, this can create the feeling that life is simply happening to them instead of being shaped by their own decisions. But the moment someone begins thinking more intentionally about their future, something important begins to change. You may have already started feeling this shift. Perhaps you have been reflecting more about your goals, questioning certain patterns in your life, or realizing that some opportunities deserve more attention than you have given them before. These thoughts are not random. They often appear when a person is ready to move into a new stage of personal growth. Messages connected with Archangel Michael often encourage people to trust the strength they have developed through their past experiences. Every challenge you faced, every mistake you learned from, and every moment when you chose to keep going even when things were difficult has helped build the resilience you carry today. Sometimes people underestimate how much they have grown because they focus on what they have not achieved yet. But growth is not only measured by big achievements. It is also measured by the wisdom you gain, the patience you develop, and the ability to keep improving even when progress feels slow. Another important part of this message is the reminder that the future is influenced by the choices you make today. Even small decisions can gradually shape the direction of your life. Choosing to learn something new, choosing to improve a habit, or choosing to believe more strongly in your own potential can create changes that expand far beyond the present moment. The symbolism associated with Archangel Michael often represents courage, clarity, and protection. These qualities encourage people to move forward with confidence instead of remaining stuck in doubt. When you begin trusting your ability to adapt and grow, new possibilities can appear that once seemed out of reach. As you think about the message you have heard so far, take a moment to consider the direction your life is moving. Are your current actions helping you build the future you truly want, or are there areas where you feel ready to make a change? Honest reflection like this is often the first step toward meaningful transformation. Remember that life rarely changes all at once. Real change usually begins with awareness, followed by consistent effort and patience. Each step forward, no matter how small it may seem, gradually builds momentum. And sometimes the most powerful shift in life begins with a simple realization that you have the ability to shape your future through the choices you make starting today. You are still listening to this message, then there is another important realization waiting for you. Guidance symbolically connected with Archangel Michael often appears during moments when a person is very close to a shift in their life. These shifts do not always arrive through dramatic events. Sometimes they begin quietly through awareness, reflection, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Many people spend a large part of their lives following routines that feel safe and familiar. They wake up, complete the same tasks, and move through their days without questioning whether those routines are leading them toward the future they truly want. Over time, this pattern can create a sense of comfort, but it can also keep someone from recognizing new possibilities. There may be a reason this message reached you today. Perhaps something in your life has been asking for your attention recently. Maybe you have felt the need to change a habit, explore a new opportunity, or rethink a decision that has been weighing on your mind. These moments often appear when a person is beginning to grow beyond the limits they once accepted. Messages associated with Archangel Michael often emphasize courage during times like this. Courage does not always mean making a huge decision overnight. Sometimes courage simply means allowing yourself to acknowledge what you truly feel and what you truly want. When someone becomes honest with themselves about their goals and their direction, a powerful transformation can begin. At first it might seem like a small shift, maybe a new idea, a new perspective, or a new motivation to improve something in your life. But over time those small changes can influence many other areas of your journey. Another important truth is that every person carries potential they have not fully explored yet. Many people underestimate their abilities because they focus more on their doubts than on their strengths. But the experiences you have lived through have already given you knowledge, resilience, and perspective that can guide you forward. The symbolism connected with Archangel Michael is often described as protection and strength. Strength in this case means trusting that you are capable of learning from challenges and continuing to grow. Even when circumstances seem uncertain, every step you take toward improvement adds momentum to your journey. You may begin noticing that as your awareness grows, your priorities also begin to shift. Things that once seemed extremely important might start feeling less significant, while other goals or relationships begin to stand out more clearly. This change in perspective is often a sign that you are becoming more aligned with the direction your life is meant to take. Moments like this are valuable because they allow you to pause and reflect on what truly matters. Instead of moving automatically through routines, you gain the chance to choose your direction with greater intention and clarity.